Now, there's some crazy rules in Jake Paul's Team 10 house, and a lot of people will love to join Jake Paul's Team 10. However, with the rules that is within the Team 10 house, we decided to go ahead and go over the 10 crazy rules in Jake Paul's Team 10 house. Before we hop into today's video, we at Theory That Thing has something crazy to tell you. We are doing a massive giveaway in honor of the fast growth on this channel. We are giving away 50 gift cards, each worth $10. You pick what gift card you want from Steam to Amazon. All you have to do is subscribe, turn notifications on, leave a like on the video, and comment down below which gift card you want. Added to that, this is where it gets extreme. We are giving away an iPhone 7. All you have to do is do the exact same thing as the gift cards, except make sure you subscribe to our friend's channel, YouTuber Zone. The link will be down below in the description. To better your chances of winning, come back to every video we upload and continue to leave a like and comment. Good luck and enjoy today's video. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't, and let's go ahead and hop into today's video. Coming in at number 1, there is no bringing other people into the Team 10 house without Jake's permission. Now, Alyssa Violet made a video pretty much stating that the requirements was, and one of the rules was, no one could actually bring anyone into the Team 10 house without getting Jake's permission. She explained how she wanted a guy over, but of course Jake said no. But then she also explained how when one of her friends wanted some friend over or some girl over, Jake didn't care. She explained just in general that Jake would always have to make sure who is coming over and who someone else is hanging out with.
Every single guest that you had over had to be approved by Jake. Niels would always ask to have friends over. He's like, yeah, that's fine. But the second I asked to have like a guy over, he would be like, no, absolutely not. And I'd be like, why? Like, I just don't want him here.
Coming at number 2, no alcohol. Now, this one is pretty much makes sense. I mean, there's underage people living in the Team 10 house. You don't want people to be drinking. But pretty much, Alyssa Violet made a statement as well that in general, there's no alcohol allowed in the Team 10 house. Now, this one I can totally understand. I mean, it makes sense for legal reasons. And also, in general, you don't want people to be drunk making YouTube videos or going out and scaring the fans.
Like, no alcohol at the house or you get fined $500. No smoking.
Coming in at number 3, no smoking. Now, this one kind of falls under the same thing as the alcohol, but in general, smoking, you don't really want that because that's a hazard issue. And also in general, like I said, if you go out to the fans, you don't want to be a bad example. Coming in at number 4, if you aren't up before 10 a.m., you're fined $50 or more. Now, Alyssa Violet also made a statement that pretty much if you aren't up before 10 a.m., Jake Paul would actually fine you. Now, this one is a good thing in my opinion because that means to make sure everyone gets to work on time, make sure everyone's working, not just sleeping in and being lazy. So it totally makes sense, but at the same time, $50, it just seems like a lot. Let me know what you guys think about that price range down below.
So then we move into the Team 10 house and he creates these rules for everyone. If you're not up by 10 a.m. filming, then like you get fined $50 and like you have to pay $50.
Coming at number 5, if you live in the Team 10 house, that means you have to make content often or work for Jake Paul. Now, if you live in the Team 10 house, you are expected to make a lot of content and a lot of videos every single month. Either that or you're working alongside Jake Paul for his own channel and for whatever he does. Now, this requirement is like a normal job pretty much. If you go to a normal job, you have to work. You can't just sit around at an office and do nothing. So it makes sense why at the Team 10 house, if you're going to live in the Team 10 house, you need to make sure you're working for Jake Paul and get the job done. Coming at number 6, you will be required to give away 10 to 30% revenue from all your income. Now, Jake Paul does sign a lot of creators. Everyone who lives under the same house as Jake Paul or is in the Team 10 actually has to sign a contract, which means Jake Paul gets some sort of percentage of their revenue source. So if these guys are bringing in a lot of money, that means Jake Paul probably takes in 10 to 30% of whatever it is. Now, this makes sense because Jake is pretty much giving them some more fame and helping them grow their YouTube channel. However, a lot of people have different opinions on that and saying that it's really bad to do that. But I mean, if they're living in the same house, I really don't see a problem with that. But let me know what you guys think down below about this rule.
Because they're in contract with him.
Coming at number 7, no interrupting Jake. Now, when Jake Paul is recording or doing vlogs or trying to make something funny, he doesn't like when people interrupt him or try to add their little funny humor to it. Sometimes Jake Paul will snap at them, or sometimes they actually edit it out. We've seen it recently in some of the videos where he actually did snap on some people like Tessa Brooks or just various other people in general. If you get on the bad side of Jake Paul, well, you probably don't want to be on the bad side.
Thank you guys so
Coming at number 8, no flirting without Jake's permission. Now, Jake Paul wanted Tessa Brooks and Chance to actually be a thing, and it just so happens they actually love each other. But the thing is, at first, Jake Paul didn't want any of that tension to go around. He seemed to try to hide it. He seemed to try to make sure they wouldn't be flirting as much. And then eventually he decided it would be best, since he got a lot of views, to go ahead and have 2 people get married at once. Worked out for him because his views went up a ton by doing that.
Until YouTube.
No objections here? I guess the troublemaker left already.
Coming at number 9, if you don't agree with Jake, sometimes you'll end up on his bad side and things can go down. Example, Alyssa Violet. Now, a while back, if you guys don't know, Alyssa Violet is actually Jake Paul's ex. Alyssa Violet used to live in the same house, the Team 10 house, as Jake Paul, and what happened was where they went into a fallout because apparently Alyssa Violet cheated on Jake, but Alyssa Violet said that pretty much it was actually Jake who cheated on her. But either way, pretty much what happened was where Alyssa Violet was kicked out of the Team 10 house, and she went on Snapchat saying this.
So, I'm sure you guys want to know what's going on right now. Basically this, Jake's kicking me out. He didn't want to wait for me to get my apartment, which I'm getting in a couple days, so he threw all my stuff downstairs and put a lock on the door. So this is what I'm working with. And apparently I don't live in here anymore. All my stuff's like gone. You know, I want you guys there with me through life, and I'm not going to be making videos with Jake anymore, so I want to explain why. So now it's created an entire inconvenience for me because now I have to just hire a moving company and put all my stuff in storage, and like it's just...
And Jake responded with his own thing.
What's poppin', Jake Paulers? It is 3:50, Monday the 20th, and yeah, and basically Alyssa and I are having problems. It's a long story, which I might be able to dive into, but it's been going on for a while, and it's like just like petty stuff.
So you can see there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. So just don't get on the bad side of Jake Paul. Coming in at number 10, if you don't tell Jake where you are sometimes, then he may put things on you and take punishment. Now, sometimes Jake wants to know where you are, especially if it's late at night. I mean, if you completely disappear, what happened? Now, we actually noticed this because of Chance. When Chance disappeared and he wasn't in the Team 10 house one day, he pretty much went ahead and disappeared, and Jake was asking where he was. In his vlog, he was trying to figure out where he was, and it just got really weird because it looked like Chance snuck in. Now, we actually have an extra thing to show you guys. Now, this guy actually tried to join the Team 10 himself, and what happened was where he actually saw what was going on behind the scenes. Some of the input we got for this video was actually from this video as well, but this guy pretty much got pretty close to the people at Team 10, especially Nick Crumpton. But what happened was where they went into somewhat of a fallout because Nick wanted to pretty much get with this dude, and he just wasn't in for it. What happened was where because Nick didn't get what he wants, apparently this guy said that he was kicked out of a party that he went to that Jake Paul was hosting, and he did nothing wrong except hanging out with his friends. So we decided to go ahead and show you this just for you guys who are wondering.
In February, I met with Nick Crumpton. My first night in LA, we had dinner. It was really cool. Bear in mind, I'm straight, Nick's gay, and that kind of formed a bit of a barrier right from the outset. He was only interested in signing me to Team 10 if he had certain things I did to make him happy, and obviously that wasn't going to happen. So we never came to an agreement, and that's basically the main reason behind Team 10. I'll show you some screenshots up here. Why? And I mean, it kind of sucks, but it's just the truth, and that's how they roll. I went to that party, and after about an hour, I got kicked out by this guy right here. Firstly, let me just say, who the hell is this guy? Look at his head. It's rubbish. I don't know what he's doing in Team 10. I don't know who he is, and I don't know why he had the audacity to kick me out. But the security guy came up to me and said, "You have to go, mate." And at that time, I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, did nothing. I was just talking with a few friends, and got kicked out of the party, which was kind of the melting point. And I was like, you know what? This is fully a load of crap. The only reason I'm getting kicked out of this party is because Nick Crumpton doesn't get what he wants. And then I've later heard things that apparently Jake Paul called me a faggot, which...
But those are the most 10 craziest rules that Jake Paul actually has in the Team 10 house. Don't forget to smash a like on today's video and subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.